Gone. All right, Shalom. We want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakal HaKwadash. Of course, we give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to the Akim that's out there doing the work of sincerity and truth, right? I guess this is just kind of a impromptu video, you know. So we just go in the spirit.
Yeah, because our last video we did yesterday, somehow it never recorded. So
Right.
The Lord didn't want that to go forth for whatever reason.
Right.
It was for our edification, really.
Come on.
Okay. So I guess we're going to go in the spirit. Brother, you can bring out anything. You was in the book of Psalms when it cut off. And the scripture I remember is, I believe, Psalm 74. And I also remember we go into Psalms 147 and 19, which also proves that this is all about only for Israel. It says, "Yeshua his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgment unto Israel, and not dealt so with any nation."
Right.
So this is pretty much your impromptu, so to speak. So you go ahead on in.
Yeah. You know, it's only given the Israel, right?
Let me hold it. I'll hold it.
No, that's fine. You know,
I got it. You know. Yeah. So it's only given to the Israelites, by the way. So when that word Gentile is in there, that's talking about Israelites that followed Gentile customs. Because technically, we were all Gentiles.
Right.
You know, in the Arabs, not the Arabs, the fake Jews over in Israel today, the scriptures in Jeremiah 17:4 said we would discontinue from our heritage.
Right.
So if that was the case, how are they the real Jews if they never so-called discontinued from their heritage? Right? We were the only ones. And that's why Yahushua went and said, go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, because that was for future preferences, man. For today, the lost sheep is the elect. Okay? Out of all these niggas and these different doctrines. Okay? Yes, I'm
not quite yet, but you know, we could go on several scriptures about that, you know, because I remember where we left off yesterday. Like, you can't, you know, you see how these niggas are today, like as far as like how we are Gentiles, you know, how we were Gentiles. You know, all we got to do is just remember how we were before, to, you know, to you know, try to get a better understanding of, you know, who is the elect outside of Israel. You know, well, I mean, not outside of Israel, outside the truth for right now.
Right.
You know, so
outside of Israel too.
Right.
Because I know what you mean. Outside of the Israelites.
Right.
Outside of basically the Israelite. Really, 2/3 of our people are heathens.
Right.
So they're not really Israelites to some degree. They are by bloodline, but technically they ain't Israelites. They heathens, man.
Right.
You know.
You know, you can't, you know, like Deuteronomy 32 and 7 said, remember the days of old, right?
Right.
You can't, you know, the reason why we are here right now is because of what we did in the past, right? Yep. You know, that's why niggas are like that. When we was in the book of Judges, how Jake kept going off, yep. You know, Judges 2, I kind of like the second chapter of that.
Right.
Because, you know, that's how niggas are right now.
Yeah.
You know, they're back from their, you know, it's their past life, you know.
Right.
Reincarnation.
Right.
Which, you know, some people don't believe in that, but we do. Right. So we gonna say it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, when you go to the book of Kings, you got Joshua, Judges, you got Kings. The Kings was set up for Israel, but guess what? So the minute Israel got a chance to go off, they go off, man.
Yeah. So
and that's what Jake does, man.
Right. Same thing in you know.
Chime in, Knock, if you want. Though
Con. Yeah, because he gotta deal with them niggas too.
Yep.
You know, he gotta deal with them niggas every day too.
Yep.
You know, I forgot what I was getting ready to say.
You're talking about us going off, you know, as Israel.
Oh yeah. I was about to say even in GMS we had those problems.
Yep.
You know, if a Jake can find any opportunity to go off, he'll do it.
Yep.
You know,
yep.
Like the apostles say something wrong, they want to change it into their own little way.
Yep. Yeah, their own doctrine.
Yeah, their own doctrine. Like, let's say Earth is flat, which is completely irrelevant to what we teach it, because it wouldn't even matter if the Earth is flat or not. But Jake always try to find a way to go off.
Well, the thought was Hosea 4:6.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right. Now go into that.
Which is mostly talking about now. But these niggas out here are so bugged out. We're trying to wake them up. They don't know anything, but we know.
Right. And, technically, we wouldn't try to wake niggas up.
Right, but we tell them.
But we are trying to wake the elect out of those niggas. So he's absolutely right. Because you got the elect, because we were niggas, a lot of us.
Right.
We are the electors amongst niggas. So we got to reach wake up, niggas, wake up. Because that elect is going to wake up out of those niggas, man.
Right. That's what your scripture, Matthew 22:9, which say, go to the highways, bid to the marriage. That's what we're doing. Yep. Out of niggas, the Lord picks who he wants out of niggas to be the elect.
Right.
To be his elect.
Right.
So that's what we doing.
And that's we went into, was it the book of Romans already? You read the first book. Was it Romans?
What, as far as what
we went into when we read through our studies?
It was Joshua in Romans.
Right, but I'm saying we did go into Romans.
We did go into Romans. Yeah.
Right. Now, when that was Apostle Paul,
right,
who went out to speak,
right,
with the letters of Paul, really, Romans is come from Rome.
God.
So that's proving that there was Israelites in Rome.
Right.
Okay, in Greece.
Right.
So that's proving that when Apostle Paul went to speak, he was going to Israelites that were scattered in Rome, and he went to Ephesus and Galatia. He went to these different places and these different churches to try to wake up the Israelites, his people.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Come on.
If I had my house and it was, I had a full-fledged house with 1,000 people in it, but my sons was in there, my family, my sons, my wife, my family, and something happened, and I would say, look, everybody exempt is from paying rent, right, paying bills. My family is exempt. My family don't have to pay no rent, don't got to pay no bills.
Right.
Well, I'm talking to my family, okay, but I'm not talking to everybody.
Right.
So when I say everybody ain't got to pay no rent, my family ain't got to pay rent. But these niggas are all up in there calling us family. But that don't mean we family.
Right, come on.
So that's what these churches are trying to do. They're trying to label us all as family.
Right.
And we're not.
Right.
And we're only going to the lineage of our family, which are the Israelites.
Right.
Right?
Why would we want to try to wake up a nigga, right, that's, acting like a fool, just crazy. Like the rapid tech guy that we have that we get at camp sometimes. Right. The crazy one. We can't wake up a nigga like that.
No.
The Lord can, yeah, but we not going to try to teach a nigga like that.
No. Well, that's proven evident that the Lord don't want him.
Right. Every week he get worse and worse. If the Lord wanted him, he'll get better and better. Yep. But he don't even come out in the cold.
But that's where Esau wants us, man. Esau's the so-called white man.
Right.
He wants us in that spirit of dancing on the street corner, break dancing, spinning on boxes and shit, bouncing up and down with our pants hanging off our ass. See, nobody speaks on hatred for that, because that's hatred in itself. To have our young men, so-called, standing out there bouncing up and down with their pants coming down.
Right.
Showing their drawers and shit.
Right.
But that's not hatred. It's okay to do that. Churches don't teach against that shit. But they teach against us standing up against for shit like that, man.
Right.
excuse the language, you know.
It is what it is. That's how them churches are. Phony churches.
Which is really Esau, and a lot of you hate us, man.
Right.
We're coming in a time where y'all gonna hate us. The scripture says, I believe in Matthew, was it? Might be Matthew, the 7th chapter, when it said, "Many shall be hated for my name's sake." We're gonna be hated for the sake of Yahushua, man.
God.
You know,
by everybody, but by everybody, but it's the problems we usually have is niggas more than Esau, more than we have more Edomite side with us as far as their slavery too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You niggas are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
As in Ezekiel 36, I think 36 and 32, I think.
Yeah.
You talk about you niggas being ashamed.
Yeah.
So for you niggas who reject knowledge, is Hosea 4:6 say, y'all gonna be ashamed in the kingdom. Y'all gonna be brought back right, but y'all gonna be ashamed.
Yeah, and a lot of some of them so-called white people that was siding with us and helping us in slavery were Israelites.
Yeah. Right.
Well, anyway, I don't know how much more we're gonna go. Anything else? Something else with was it Jeremiah 4:22? You remember that scripture?
Yeah.
What does it say? It's similar to Hosea 4:6.
Yeah.
Do you remember? It says, "My people are sottish."
Yeah. Talking about almost like you said, Hosea 4:6.
Yep. Yeah.
My people are sottish children.
Sottish children. Yep.
They have none understanding.
Right.
I was just trying to see if you remembered it.
Yeah. God.
Hey, sometimes we got to seal these scriptures in our head, man.
Right. Right.
As best as possible.
Right.
So yeah, with that, man, we're gonna close up.
Gone.
This was kind of a impromptu night transit, so to speak. In the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Okay. So we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
Next time.